smart. It's genius, Richard.
Genius, Richard.
Get insurance at a price that works for you. Go to nerdwallet.com.
Make me go loco, loco. Make me go loco. Make me go loco.
Come see the Royal Caribbean.
This game gives us everything. Triumph, heartbreak, hope. Because no matter what the rankings say, you got a chance come Saturday. Because the Buckeyes are back, but they ain't alone. Because the transfer portal shakes it all up. Because we get drama in the SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, the Sun Belt coming through. College football gives us everything. Because college football is everything. Nice catch.
Rated E for everyone.
Remember that place we got burritos from last time?
No, but with Ring, I can find it. Food delivery?
Nice.
There it is.
Wow, this really makes me look smart.
Thanks.
With Ring, you can type it and find it.
And Doug.
Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds. Leave him! It's a mascot!
Oh, what's this? A fan has run out onto the field and he's not wearing pants.
Do birds need pants?
And the control room censored it.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
Users get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with code TOUCHDOWN.
College football countdown continues. Boy, does Kenan Stadium look perfect tonight. The field, the weather, prime condition for a little Monday Night Football college style. TCU taking on North Carolina. Bill Belicheck's debut as the head coach of the Tar Heels. He'll go up against a quarterback in Josh Hoover. Earlier in the program, Desmond said that preseason rankings are garbage. I'll take that and I'll multiply it by star rankings because Josh Hoover, 3-star, coming out of Rockwall Heath and DFW. All he's done has been brains in his first season as a starter. Hoover set a program record for passing yards, while ranking 5th in a single season in touchdown responsibility. The only frogs ahead of him, Trevon Boykin, Max Duggan, and the Red Rifle himself, Andy Dalton. And I know, Coach, when you talk about a guy like Josh Hoover and how he works this offense, you find that he's extremely underrated.
Well, this guy may be the most underrated quarterback or under-the-radar quarterback in the country. I mean, this guy almost threw for 4,000 yards last year and 27 touchdowns. This guy's a pure passer. He's very athletic, but he can process and get the ball out of his hand quickly and accurately as well as anybody I've seen so far this year. I think we got a tape on him if you want to roll the tape. But
good hosting. Just sent to the tape. That was great. Roll the tape.
All right, first of all, you know, this shows you the processing right here. All right, you got a cover 2 pattern with the rolled up corner weak side. He's going to read that. It's 3 deep zone. He gets right back to his 5th progression in this read and throws an accurate curl. You know, in this game against Texas Tech, they were down by 21. They just scored. Here's the guy reading cover 7. So he's reading the safety. The safety bites on 2. He knows he's got the corner over the top for the post, so he hits an explosive play for a touchdown. Great reading. All right, here they're going to go to middle of the field coverage. Had enough of cover 7 on the last play. All right, and you're going to see him read the safety, go to the middle of the field, and now he's going to throw the ball over the top, back shoulder, perfect throw, catch and run for another touchdown, brings his team back from 21 down to win against Texas Tech 35-34. This guy can spin it, and he is a really good player.
Yeah, and it's the ability, too, to lead your team, Teddy. You talked about earlier with Matt Patricia in the defense of Ohio State against Arch Manning. they've got to contend with Bill Belichick's defense side of North Carolina. Stephen Belichick, what is he going to be facing?
I mean, possibly multiple disguise in terms of, I agree that he can process, but can he process pre-snap movement, different safeties up, different safeties down, defensive backs on the line of scrimmage? Steve Belichick is going to bring very similar concepts that, Arch Manning saw versus Ohio State. All of the movement. All you think a safety's supposed to be deep. He's on the line of scrimmage. A linebacker's supposed to rush. No, he's dropping now. That type of disguise, can he still process? I mean, NFL level disguises was what they can be coached here in terms of if they get them comfortable with the base coverages and where they are, that's when you feel comfortable to move. And disguise, will North Carolina have some of that to show Hoover?
I tell you what, I think the TCU's offense with that man right there, Eric McAllister, almost averaged 20 yards per catch a year ago, 5 touchdowns. He's a guy who can blow the lid off of the defense. But guys, understand that with the OC, my man Kendall Browse, they're going to try to score fast and often. They're going to try to speed things up. Because don't forget, when you look at this UNC secondary, they're talented, probably the strongest part of their unit, but these guys have some new faces back there. You have to make sure you can communicate. If they speed up these plays, start going hyperspeed and no huddle, guys aren't going to be able to communicate, and that's when you get one selling over your head for 6 points. So watch the speed of the game as far as TCU's offense and how they try to attack UNC's defense, especially that secondary.
UNC's green dot is Andrew Simpson. Okay, he's number 2.
in there really nicely.
Wow,
really good job.
Yeah.
All right, then they go to single coverage here. You're going to see the safety go to the middle of the field. He sees the safety go to the middle of the field. He's getting right on the X right now, which is a split end. All right, this is a great throw. The receiver does a really good job of buying grass for him there, but he makes a great throw. Here's a read on the RPO. All right, they're going to bring a guy in motion. He's reading this linebacker right here. If that guy stays in the box and goes downhill on the running play, he's throwing the RPO slant. Does it perfectly on great timing with good anticipation. And then this guy can run. Now, this is a quarterback run, so this is a Q power. You're going to see the guard pull. He comes up. He reads the down block, cuts it back very athletically. So this is a dual threat quarterback who is really a great get, I think, for North Carolina, because it all starts with the quarterback position, and this guy can make plays.
Coach, you think there could be an opportunity against this TCU defense with what they run offensively?
I certainly do, because I think, TCU plays the 3-2 joker defense, I call it. So they got one less guy in the box. So you can formation that defense and run the ball, especially quarterback runs, because you pick up an extra hat in the run game if you have a quarterback run.
Yeah, can I take the sort of stance here of being a TCU player? You mean how how pissed off I would be right now?
All of this.
In terms of coming here in North Carolina and saying Bill Belichick can't make tackles. Bill Belichick can't make blocks.
Right.
He can't be out there playing on the field. So this TCU team has got to be incredibly motivated to come here on the road and say, listen, Bill Belichick, Super Bowl rings or not, this is college football, and we're going to come in here and take care of business. I would be incredibly motivated if I was a TCU defensive player.
During the last break, TCU was warming up right behind us. I was talking to some of their players. I said, hey, man, just let me know. Is it a factor tonight, the disrespect? He said 100%.
Yeah.
No one's talking about us.
Yeah.
Everything is about Bill Belichick. They act like we didn't go 9-4 a year ago and bring back 16 starters. It's all about the disrespect tonight for the Horned Frog.
Yeah, I think Hoover and Sonny Dykes love it, Iser, to talk to the boys and say, hey, listen, there is nothing on that field other than Bill Belichick's UNC team tonight in everybody's eyes but ours. You can certainly draw from that. Yeah. But the reason why it's such a big deal is because North Carolina's alive here tonight. I mean, you can tell that they're trying to establish a brand new culture here.
You can feel it.
Michael Jordan's here. Lawrence Taylor's here. Julius Pepper's here. Mia Hamm's going to be here. Michael Lombardi, the general manager, said, we want these players to feel a sense of pride playing for North Carolina. There's a lot of history in all sports, but certainly in football as well. Yeah. And you can feel it. You can feel it kind of starting. And that's why Bill Belichick is the focal point tonight.
It kind of reminds me of the Coach Prime effect when he had the celebrities coming in his first couple of years there in Boulder, Colorado. Let's check back in with Pete Thamel. Pete?
Well, Matt, the starting center position for North Carolina is going to be fascinating to watch tonight. You mentioned it earlier. Christo Kelly, number 53, who's the backup center for UNC, has a banged-up left ankle. Somewhat surprisingly, he took the first-team reps in warm-ups. It wasn't certain he was going to even dress tonight. I've been told he's going to give it a go for as long as he can. And when he can't go anymore, it's going to go to Chad Lindbergh, who has never taken a snap as a college center. He's a sixth-year senior who transferred from Rice. He's played some games at guard. He's played some games at tackle. This is going to be really important for Gio Lopez, guys. In his career, he has taken 6 snaps under center. The other 639 have come in the shotgun. If UNC struggles with shotgun snaps, it could really hurt what they're trying to do on offense. So keep a close eye on that center spot.
Yeah, look, player, center, quarterback exchange. That, in fact, happens every single play. This place is starting to rock. The UNC marching band at midfield as we are counting down to kickoff to UNC TCU.
College Football Countdown is presented by Google Pixel.
How does Freshpet make healthy food for dogs? The same way you make healthy food for people. Harvest fresh.
Ship it fresh.
And craft it into recipes that are vet-developed and protein-packed. Because your dog deserves fresh, healthy food just like you. Freshpet. Healthy food fresh from the fridge.
Feel the power of Osteo-Biflex. Taken every day, it's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days with significant improvement over time. Now, try new Advanced Omega-3 Joint Complex.
Here you leave today and enter a world of...
Other worlds.
For whatever you love, infinite worlds await.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me. You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. My meal of misfortune is now at Wendy's. It's pure torture with uniquely excruciating dips of dread. Enjoy the anguish.
Did you know Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating?
Is it weird seeing yourself on TV?
It's my job, isn't it? To let people know that Geico's more than just savings.
Certainly have our cat's attention. Whoa.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it appears so.
Well, they just love great customer service.
Customer service, right.
They don't get this excited for wet food. You know?
No.
Guys, he's right here.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
It's just one of the greatest feelings. We're going to have the whole college football watching. Is that something you dream of as a kid?
Anticipating everything to come, I'm anxious for it. Is everybody going to be watching us? Time to show what we got.
Anticipation-wise, I mean, it's exciting. Just excited about the first game of the season, you know, playing our best brand of football and just being us.
There's going to be a lot of talk about this football game. Big game on the road against a quality football team. Fans are excited about it. Our players are excited about it. We're looking forward to it.
I feel the anticipation every day. Coach Belicheck's first game in college. It's going to be a real big game.
We're excited to get started. It's the opening game. Everybody always wants to get off to a good start, but make the most of it, and we'll just see where that takes us.
It'll take you to kickoff coming up here on ESPN. It is that time to make the picks for tonight's game. Yeah. Desmond, I'll start with you. North Carolina and TCU.
Listen, Bill Belichick is the reason we're all here tonight. This is going to be a big game for UNC, but the disrespect factor is going to be huge. Talk to TCU players. They want to upset his debut at home tonight. I'm going with the Horned Frogs.
The reason why... Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, it's a weird...
That's my guy. That's my guy. He's trying to start a culture here. I think it gets off to a good start here. I'm going North Carolina.
Well, you know, I really respect TCU's program. Their team, Sonny Dykes, has done a really good job. They got 16 starters back. But I cannot go against my friend who I'm going to be rooting for tonight. I'm thinking North Carolina.
Yeah, it's TCU has all the motivation in the world. I mean, we've made a big deal out of Bill Belichick's debut for the last month, basically coming to ESPN. We're going to be there live for Bill Belichick. TCU has a very veteran team. Sonny Dykes has seen the heights of college football. He has a lot to draw from. And with that being said, Michael Lombardi also has a bunch of Super Bowl rings and team-building stuff, accolades. Bill Belichick can build a team quickly. He's got guys that he likes and he can mold in front of this crowd, building a new culture. And because I'm friends with the head coach and the GM, give me North Carolina to win here at home. And I hope so. Because it could go two different ways, I think we all think. Because we have no idea, 70 new players. But it could go great if he gets his guys in there, like what FSU was able to do.
The unknown makes this intriguing. And Dez is the only one that went by way of disrespect. As we count you down to kickoff. Now time for the national anthem here at Kenan Stadium.
Appreciate it.
This time we are proud to honor the United States of America and celebrate its freedoms and those who have, will, and are protecting our great country at home and abroad. ROTC color guard, please stand and proudly sing our national anthem.
We are counting down the kickoff. UNC, TCU, as we begin the Bill Belichick era here at North Carolina.
Some truths in life are plain and simple, like Carolina blue runs deep. And football season feels just right. I've been riding with the Tar Heels since I was a kid. A basketball school for sure. But this year, football is joining the party. That man, the hoodie himself. 29 seasons, 333 wins, 17 division titles, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 rings with one goal: win. Bill is in Chapel Hill now.
You see him win all those championships. Next thing you know, he's your coach.
Just a man's greatness makes you want to play the best version of yourself.
Greatest coach of all time.
You can feel it, can't you? TCU's in town, opening night. This is history with its sleeves cut off. What? We all got to do our job.
The walk that seemed unimaginable after nearly half a century of unprecedented success at the professional level. Bill Belichick on his freshman opening day. TCU tonight. Belichick spoke with Holly Rowe not long ago.
Well, Coach, weird statistic. It is 34 years to the day that you debuted as an NFL head coach, and now you're making your debut as a college football coach. What's going on inside you right now? Excitement, nerves? What does it feel like?
I hope it goes a lot better in the game against Dallas and Jimmy Johnson. They crushed us. So hope it goes better than that.
I know that you've got a great motto where you say practice execution becomes game reality. What have you seen this week in practice that you think your kids can execute tonight?
Well, hopefully we can do a good job with our fundamentals, ball security, and communication.
Tell me about the hoodie. I mean, had to be cut off sleeves, right?
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
Thank you, Coach. Have fun tonight.
All right, thanks, Holly.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
College football on Labor Day night. That's kind of our thing. Welcome to the Capital One Labor Day kickoff on ESPN. What a night in Chapel Hill. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. The ACC's had some signature moments in this opening weekend, hoping for another against TCU. Glad to have you with us, Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit. Carolina's had great teams. They've had great players, but nothing like the anticipation of Bill Belichick.
No, we've been here since we flew in the night of the LSU-Clemson game. We've been here for almost the last 48 hours. There's an intense excitement that this fan base, I don't think, is used to when it comes to football. They obviously are with basketball, and it's because of what Bill Belichick brings. We all knew this. We were shocked when we first heard the news. And he and Mike Lombardi, his GM, went out with their NFL background, and they needed players. They got 70 new players, 70. So nobody knows what they have, including Bill Belichick, but it starts with Gio Lopez, who won the quarterback battle against Max Johnson, quarterback who injured his knee a year ago. Lopez is a dual-threat guy, very talented, played at South Bama a year ago, can run it, can spin it. I think it's going to be interesting to see how TCU tries to defend him and the athletes that he has around at that position.
The fanfare really shouldn't be a big surprise to TCU. Remember, they were the opponent when Deion Sanders made his debut for Colorado against TCU, a game that they won. And there is Bill Belichick right out in front of the North Carolina Tar Heels. Sort of like a freshman orientation for him after all of those years in the NFL, all of those wins, the 6 Super Bowl titles. He has told us several times, I've spoken with him a couple of times over the offseason, just keep saying, we'll see. We'll see. TCU, look at that, believes it's going to fare much better than it did when prime time made his debut with Colorado. A primetime showdown tonight between the Horned Frogs and Bill Belichick. What a night here in Chapel Hill. Kickoff is just around the corner.
Sous le soleil, la peau en feu, l'été danse et les rêves s'émeuvent.
A car that doesn't offer this kind of welcome is a car that stops short of amazing. At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, get offers on select models.
I stand alone with fire inside. With passion burning in my veins.
Touchdown! Will they settle for overtime or try to beat their rival now with a two-point attempt?
Go for it. Gotta go for those. Go for those. Go for those. Go for those.
Last season, he was questioned for settling. Coach, why didn't you go for two? We're going for two! Grab the Dos Equis. They're going for Dos. They got it. The risk pays off. Dos Equis. Always go for Dos.
If your grandpa wears one of these, if your husband wears these on the weekend, if your mom wore this, or if your wife wears this, you can count on USAA. Membership for the spouses, kids, and then grandkids of those who served. Count on us. Count on USAA. See if you can join USAA today.
Hey!
You're watching Kickoff Week, presented by Modelo.
What's up, guys? It's the opening game. Everybody wants to get off to a good start.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We couldn't be more excited to play North Carolina.
One play at a time. Do your job.
This is a new team, new era. It's just going to be a big game. We're ready to go.
And that's what football is.
Opening night in Chapel Hill, opening night of the Bill Belichick era. TCU won the toss, they deferred. Bill getting the headset squared away. North Carolina will receive the opening kickoff and go on offense first to start this era that many thought would never happen. Seemed impossible, seemed wild. But Kyle Lemmerman will put total leather for TCU. Chris Culliver, one of the deep men back. He returned 5 kickoffs to Carolina last year, 2 to the house. Lemmerman. Culliver looking for room. And TCU chases him out of bounds, well short of the 20-yard line. And North Carolina will have it on offense first behind Gio Lopez. Lopez, who grew up in Northwest Alabama and Madison, started his college career at South Alabama for Major Applewhite, dual threat guy, as Kirk mentioned earlier. He will be the first left-handed quarterback to start a game for Bill Belichick. He did not arrive until after spring practice. So we'll see what we do with Lopez in terms of how much he runs. They've also had some injuries on the offensive front. They are starting Christo Kelly, the backup center, because the alternative was a guy who'd never snapped in a college game before. And the first play on the ground goes right to Caleb Hood. And Caleb Hood, a good pickup on first down, Kirk, as we take a look at our impact players brought to you by Voya.
Yeah, you're going to see a group of backs by committee here in this game for Carolina. Nice run there by Hood. Benjamin Hall also chip on the outside one. Most talented receiver, DO11, gives him the most pressure for TCU. And great group of linebackers. Obi Izor is the inside, number 4. Most experience, and the guy that really has to step up for the Horned Frogs tonight.
They'll keep it on the ground. This is Benjamin Hall. Hall, the transfer from Michigan, a load. He's really been good in the early part of practice, and it gives Carolina a first down.
Yeah, the big thing here, but with you got Freddie Kitchens, who stayed from Mac Brown's staff, one of the few holdovers, calling the plays as an offensive coordinator. Remember, he had some success as a play caller. You go all the way back to 2018, was in the NFL with Baker Mayfield and the Browns. Wants to be physical. They want to run the football to set up the play-action game.
Two runs and a first down. That's Hood, who had the first carry of the game. And Hood finds some more room, and that's his second 9-yard carry of the night. And they're moving and getting creases here in the early going.
Now, this is good communication with, remember, 70 new players. You really wonder how things will work out when it comes to communication, the continuity. Good job of pressing that to the inside by the back Hood and read that double team.
Lopez's first pass. He's got a man out there, and hauling it in is Jordan Shipp. And the first pass of Gio Lopez's Carolina career is an explosive play.
And when you run the football, watch what it does to the linebackers and safeties. Their eyes get into the backfield. It allows you to work across like this. See how he's a little hesitant, looking for the crosser, but nobody gets back deep. Good job of putting that out in front where Shipp can make a play on the football. It's exactly how Carolina wanted to kind of set up this offense with a new quarterback and a lot of new pieces. Establish the line of scrimmage, make your quarterback comfortable, then let him throw in rhythm and get a shot downfield.
Picked up 39 on the big pass play to Shipp. Now the RPO on the slant. Shipp again, and he's dragged down at the 5. First and goal, North Carolina. 19 yards on the play.
Yeah, the eyes of the quarterback there, Shipp, on the RPO. Really good job of feeling the safety come down to help out and run support. Again, go back to those first few plays by Freddie Kitchens. And you can establish that run and make that a threat. Even in the opening drive, you can lull those safeties and backers to sleep, get them out of position, and then hit them with a quick RPO on that glance route for another first down.
So first and goal. Hood, who's had a couple of good runs on the drive. Lopez has hit both of his passes. Now Gio going to run it, and he'll be knocked down in the backfield, and that's really the first good play for the TCU defense. The first guy there was Jamel Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson came up flying. That's what they've been doing. This time he took away the threat. You know, that's a complete quarterback run, design run. They will not hold back at all. They're confident in what he can do. He's physical, very strong lower half. He almost looks like Tua in his uniform, and the way he, being a lefty, he's got that look as far as his size of his body. But he's tough to bring down, but a great play that time by Johnson in the open field.
Ran for nearly 500 yards at South Alabama last year. Leave it with Hood. Hood for the goal line, stranding and goes in, standing up. Touchdown Heels. The dignitaries pleased with the way the festivities have started here for the Heels. Kurt, 7 plays, 83 yards. Now Reese Burhoff on to add the extra point. A transfer from Marshall makes it 7-0, and what a tremendous start for North Carolina. Hood had the first carry, and he had the final one on that drive. Bill can hardly contain himself. Go for one. MJ, on the other hand, and dadgum old Roy fired up about the Heels start.
They got Willa. They got my daughter. Okay, Bob, do what you gotta do.
Me and Willa's mom, we used to run around and do some real bad.
My dad told me she was a hero.
I need to find my daughter.
No fear. This is like Tom Cruise.
This is where the real trouble begins.
What did you think was going to happen writing hit pieces about a powerful family?
Behind every great fortune is a great crime.
Is this blood money?
FX is The Lowdown. Premieres September 23rd on FX. Stream on Hulu.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network, so you can watch the game together, even when you're away.
Here we go, man. We got it.
Yes, yes, yes! Go, go, go! Go, 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 go! Yes!
My wife is having a baby.
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. That's all part of the AT&T guarantee.
What's happening at Papa John's? Buy 2 large one-topping pizzas, get them both for just $9.99 each. And it's only for a limited time, all right? We're making you 2 large one-topping pizzas for $9.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Oh, nobody inside. I already told your buddies. A lot of violations here. Way too many occupants in a single dwelling. 8 exotic animals. That's 8 too many. And I found a pickup truck in the kitchen.
That's on me.
But I just got here.
Back it up, Brooke.
Take it up with the city, fellas!
Northern.
Coach here. Nobody has more sports content than the all-new ESPN app. Nobody. The NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, the U.S. Open, the NFL, college football playoff, all of ESPN, all in one place.
Perhaps there hasn't been excitement like this ever from North Carolina football. Randy Moss, Aaron Boone, Carolina legend Mia Hamm, and Julius Peppers. And then that might be the Holy Trinity of North Carolina right there.
As it gets right there.
With Roy Williams, Lawrence Taylor, and the great Michael Jordan, who Herbie said he wanted to go meet before the night.
If I'm leave for a little bit, I apologize.
Josh Hoover, in his third year as a starting quarterback for TCU, he's from the greater Dallas area, set a single-season record with nearly 4,000 yards passing, played very well in the postseason, wanted to improve the decision-making once he gets outside the pocket, but man, when he throws it, Sonny Dykes says, it looks like he was born to throw it. So now he'll try to answer this North Carolina opening drive with TCU putting the ball in play at its own 25. Hoover's first pass is complete, and it'll be a first down. Eric McAllister, their leading receiver. Last year, 92% of his catches went for a first down, and there's another.
And taking a look at our impact players besides Hoover around him, Barnes gives them some downhill running. The UTSA back, it could be big for them. Eric McAllister, you just saw there on the slant, big, rangy receiver at 6'3". DeAndre Robinson, number 6, could be a difference maker. Very explosive for Carolina's defense. And then House actually transferred with Steve Belicheck, who was the defensive coordinator at Washington, came over to be the DC here for his father. And House came with him from Washington, has really been helpful with the scheme.
Another pass to McAllister. This time McAllister will be knocked down just short of the 40. He's not the only guy. A guy who was helping out on the tackle there that came over with Steve Belichick was Thaddeus Dixon.
It'd be a good matchup with Kendall Briles, obviously with his father Art, known for that system where it's very, very fast with a tempo, multiple formations, try to create a lot of confusion, and they're an RPO-heavy team. So see how that matches up against Steve Belichick and his Carolina D.
The ground for the first time, and Kavorian Barnes, who had transferred from UTSA, found absolutely nowhere to go. Andrew Simpson was there, transferred from Boise State, who's been the leader for this defense.
That time Leroy Jackson, 91, got in there and influenced the play. You'll see him right here. What's interesting, he just keeps trying, just working back to the football, and his backside ends up stoning the back who's trying to get a little bit of room to run. So good job by that defense. Flying to the football.
They gave him a yard on it. TCU good on third down a year ago. Hoover firing incomplete as Dixon and McAllister all locked up, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, there I think Hoover probably predetermined with his pre-snap movement that he wants to get the ball out here, but look at the tight end release here. If he would have given this a little bit of a time, look at that, that's a 1st down, but I think he determined before that snap he wanted to go to his go-to target, Eric McAllister. He missed the tight end there for the 1st down.
TCU will have to punt it away. That is Ethan Crom, senior from Australia, one of the Pro Kick Academy guys. Will Hardy, the veteran Carolina safety, was back there to return it and didn't have a chance. Short kick goes out of bounds, and North Carolina, which had a spectacular opening drive, has really good field position starting at the 35. 25-yard punt. Bill Belichick's college career is off to a rousing start, up 7-0.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. And turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
New crafted flats from Pizza Hut are just $5 each till 5 p.m. Choose from 5 handcrafted recipes you won't want to share. Mom! And you don't have to. The new crafted flats, just $5 each till 5 p.m. and available till close, only at Pizza Hut.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit. The early season hopeful doesn't hope that this is her team's year. Knows so this full-time fan deserves a Modelo.
Clorox is donating 2 million wipes to classrooms across America. Because at school and at home, clean feels good.
Behind every DIY
is more help than you think.
Try this for a clean line.
Nice.
Sometimes help is delivered. And some things have just got to go.
Don't worry, these will go up quick.
I wonder if I can link 2 ropes together.
Perfect. Because do it yourself
Doesn't have to mean
all by yourself.
What are you working on?
The mission: sneak inside, give out Pepsi to enhance the food's flavor.
To Will and Diane, you go together like Pepsi and hot dogs.
Babe, who missed that?
I don't know. But he is right about the Pepsi and hot dogs.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
Nope, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Capital One Labor Day kickoff on ESPN is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
When it comes to Super Bowl titles, no one's ever done it better than Bill Belichick. Also has a couple more as a defensive coordinator. Only 3 guys have won a Super Bowl and also won a national championship as a college coach. Pete Carroll, Jimmy Johnson, and Barry Switzer all doing it. Now, no one's suggesting that Carolina is going to do that this year. But
Never know.
We are
Never know.
yeah, that's true. We are suggesting that's why he's here, ultimately.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it couldn't have started. This game could not have started any better for Carolina on both sides of the ball.
We'll see was the most common phrase uttered. And that's really the first mistake of the night.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. First down.
The big 72 is Aiden Buchanan, a 6'9", 330-pound freshman.
I mean, that is a big man at any level, but he's a freshman at 6'9", 330. I mean, that's
playing left tackle. Of course, right tackle with Lopez would be the blind side. Buchanan's a guy who originally was slated to go to West Virginia. Changed his mind, wound up here at North Carolina. Playing the left tackle spot. Gio Lopez only took 6 snaps under center last year. And took one there, and not much running room for Damon June, the young running back from Jacksonville, North Carolina. Here are the coordinators, Kirk.
Yeah, and Freddie Kitchens, as we talked about, he wants to be physical. He has that background of being in the NFL, set up their play-action game, a little bit of quarterback run. Andy Avalos, who's in his second year now as a defensive coordinator. And I think being in the second year of the system not only helps him, but I think the players understanding the scheme. This is a defense that had some issues, especially on third down and in the red zone area. They've really worked hard to get better.
Kirk, keep an eye on the center. That's Chad Lindbergh. That's his first career shotgun snap. And Gio Lopez somehow got away, but maybe a whistle blew. And they did not like this here as Zach Chapman was applying the pressure. Number 0 for TCU. And TCU, a much better defensive series than the opening one. Jamel Johnson, Devin Deal, among those there to stop.
Yeah, a big focus again for TCU this year. And there's Eddie Avalos fired up. Is more negative plays, getting teams behind the sticks. That's one way to get better on third down, and that's what they were able to do here on this series. Get off the field.
Tom McGinnis will punt it away. It's Jordan Dwyer, transfer from Idaho, who is the deep man for TCU. TCU didn't take a lot of transfers, spotted guys, and now both teams have a particularly short punt. Marking out of bounds just right around the 40-yard line, and it's where the Horns will have it when you come back.
Brain clearing, rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy, but Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this. See? On time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference. It's a no-brainer.
At Chomps, we create snacks for people who are hungry to get the most out of life, who only accept the highest quality. Because real life demands real ingredients. We make snacks that don't take shortcuts. With grass-fed and finished beef, 0 sugar, and up to 12 grams of protein. When life challenges you, take bigger bites. Chomps, take bigger bites. Learn more at chomps.com.
Fansville, Special Teams Unit.
How's it look?
We got multiple punctures.
Evidence suggests a crime of passion. It appears we have ourselves a flag planting. No! Those tech fans make me sick.
We got a composite.
Is that a duck with ice-cold Dr. Pepper? That's no duck. That's a platypus. And a mascot always returns to the scene of an upset. Get that fan!
Stinks! College football, it's a Pepper thing.
I just need that last video from you.
That's an awfully big file you got there. And big files, well, they don't download that fast. Rome wasn't built 2 minutes before class.
Oh, we're good. It's a Mac. We can just use AirDrop. You better get in there.
Whatever. Don't tell me what to do.
With McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect for breakfast. Like buy a sausage burrito and add a sausage McMuffin for $1. Because a late-night double shift deserves an early morning deal. Get more than you expect with McValue.
Your house might not be a mansion, but it still deserves a $19 pro home cleaning. Your cleaner will scrub everything from your toilet to your stovetop. Your whole place will be vacuumed and dusted. Honestly, you might think the price is too good to be true, but once you try it, you'll never go back to cleaning the house yourself. Pick a date, choose your cleaner, and book your first cleaning today for only $19.
45 minutes is all it takes to take a lunch break, stream your favorite show, chat with mom. But for a child born with a cleft condition, that's the time it could take to heal their smile. With your help, Operation Smile can reach thousands waiting for a cleft surgery. One that gives a new smile in as little as 45 minutes and transforms a life forever. Scan or go online today.
Came here to win a Big 12 championship, and I told my teammates I was going to be the quarterback here this year, and the way I grew up, your word means something, and so that's all there was to it. I love TCU, I love Fort Worth, and never thought about it.
We love that.
It was great. Nico Iamaleava left Tennessee. Tennessee was interested in Hoover.
Yeah.
I talked to Josh's dad, Alex, today. He was so proud of that. He said he told his representative, I know what he's going to say. And that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. You see that over 3,900 yards. There's his dad right there, obviously here, excited to see what his son can do. But one of two returning quarterbacks from last year that threw for more than 25 touchdowns and over 3,900 passing yards. The other is Garrett Nussmeier. So gives you an idea of what he's capable of doing when he has time. Very talented quarterback.
Second possession for TCU, and the Horned Frogs going to lose a couple on the quick completion. Mari House there to make the stop.
Well, Steve Belicheck has got to see this and love this. This ball gets out in a hurry, but I want you to watch the powder blue. Watch Carolina blue jerseys. Watch how they pursue, leverage the football, take away any threat at all after the catch.
Hoover back to work, going downfield, and cannot quite make the connection with Dwyer, and there is a flag that comes in late. It was Marcus Allen on the coverage. These two corners for Carolina, maybe the two best players on defense, certainly two of the 3 or 4 best players. It's our Big 12 crew led by Kevin Marr. Sorts out the flag, a little discussion.
But if he got him in the middle of the route around the 50 of the other 45 on the jersey right there. It's not late, it's early on the route itself right there, grabbing that jersey. That's when the flag came in. So you might see the end of the play and say, hey, it looked clean, but it was in the middle of that route where the hands got a hold of that jersey. The fans are seeing the end of the play. Had nothing to do with the call. Official made the right call.
So that'll put the Horned Frogs into Tar Heel territory.
And if they're going by the end of the play, if they're going to boo that, I'm with them. They should boo that. But if they go back about 10 yards where he grabbed his jersey, my man here in the white shirt, he'd be like, well, I guess that is a penalty.
I would imagine the discussion between the officials, are you calling defensive holding or pass interference? A little pop pass, get it quickly to the edge. Jordan Bailey, explosive guy, and he'll get it down to just about the 40-yard line. Pick up of maybe 4 before Gavin Gibson gets him out of bounds.
When Kendall Briles gets this offense going, it's going a lot faster, and they're stretching you horizontally with jet sweep and quick throws, which they're trying to do. Those have been taken away for the most part. And then they're going to stretch you vertically. And then they mix in the run game, which was really missing a year ago. Big emphasis this year is running the ball better.
A lot of Tar Heels came up and squirting through there is Kavorian Barnes. He just about had a big game there, and he'll be stopped right at the 35.
Hey, you're going to pull both your guards here. You'll see them trying to get out in front. Like I said, Kendall Briles and Sonny Dykes, they want to see this team run the football. Here's an unusual formation. Get 4 receivers out in front. That's an easy first down with a quick throw.
Barnes making the grab. This guy was the Conference USA Freshman of the Year at UTSA. He's battled some injuries, but picked up the first down.
Yeah, there's that 4 look. Just this really extension of the run game. Now they start to crank their tempo up, mixing up the formations, trying to create as much confusion and try to get that Carolina defense out of position. Now, you got 70 new players. You're going against tempo. They've had a month to try to get ready for this style of offense that you see quite a bit in the college game. You don't see it at all in the NFL, but Steve Belichick in Washington last year has seen it.
They're riding with Barnes, and he rumbles down inside the 30. One of the things you might see, they're waiting late in the clock. Reminder that the communications into the players, the helmet communication goes off at 15 seconds on the play clock.
I'm just liking to see right now that Kevorian Barnes is bringing a very different downhill physical look to this offense. Like I said, if this offensive style doesn't have that balance and they can't establish the run, it really neutralizes what it can do.
Do a good job picking up the backers. Hoover puts it right on the money. What a throw to Jordan Dwyer, and the Horned Frogs have answered. 27 yards.
It's a nice job here. TCU answering, this time looking like the offense they expect to have this year. And it's a good job. We're bragging about Barnes, his willingness to run and get downhill. This time he does a nice job of stepping up and picking up this backer blitz. With a middle field safety, you got a one-on-one shot. And with Hoover's accuracy, look at that ball. Right over that outside shoulder, right exactly where Dwyer, the transfer out of Idaho, could go get it and get that touchdown. Great play, great drive by the Horned Frogs.
6 plays, 58 yards, took a tick over 2.5 minutes.
Number 94 as well for TCU.
Well, Kyle Lemmerman, strong leg kicker. They had a little bit of a kicking issue in camp in terms of a little bit erratic. They think they've got it straightened out. Lemmerman's first attempt of the night will be a PAT to tie it.
Boy, Hoover can throw the football, man. That pass interference set that up.
Marcus Allen wasn't pleased with that call, but not much defense for that kind of throw that Hoover just made to tie this game at 7 late in the first quarter.
Well, when Bill Belichick came in and was announced, he and Mike Lombardi, they went to work. They tried to figure out what can we do here. We've got to get the right personnel to fit our scheme and our attitude and our culture. So right away, you got 13 new assistant coaches. They went out and brought in 70. Reese can help you understand how you can bring in 70. Normal year, in old days, you'd bring in 25 guys.
Right.
Now you can bring in 70. We saw Coach Prime was able to do that. And now with Mike Lombardi here with Bill, they decided to go out and bring in a bunch of guys.
Well, the rules, Kirk, obviously, as most people know, vastly different now. There are no limits on transfers. You don't have to sit out when you transfer. You also have the new revenue sharing there, so more of the players can be paid legally.
Yeah.
So you had 40 guys come in as transfers. They were able to sign or bring in 30 freshmen, and you just have an overall roster limit now. So they are among the top. It's the third most in Power 4. West Virginia brought in a few more than that. Brought in more than anybody, so that's why you can overhaul your roster this quickly, but putting it together is tricky.
And interesting, we asked him, we sat down with him yesterday, Coach, now that you did 70 with a lot of the transfer portal, do you see that being the way of the future? Are you going to do it the way you built the Patriots, more with the draft and sprinkle in some free agents? He said that's exactly how we're going to do it. 26 and beyond. They just needed to try to make those changes to try to fill some holes right away, and there are a lot of them as far as what they had to work with. So moving forward, it's going to be more about trying to create the foundation with high school recruiting and then sprinkle in the transfer portal.
Well, to that point, Kirk, TCU has 48 new players, but 33 of them are from high school. Only
Right.
15 transfers. That's the second fewest in the Big 12. Caleb Hood has had a good start. He's a highly touted guy coming out of high school, battled some injuries here in Chapel Hill. Short gain on first down. Caleb Elarm's Orr with the stop.
Yeah, they've moved Kelly back, who was a center on that opening drive when they were right down the field. Freddie Kitchens now has called 11 plays in this game, 9 runs and only 2 passes. So again, we said in the outset of this broadcast, want to establish the runs, be physical, and then get your pass game and your RPO and play action game going.
And motion to ship and nowhere to go. And the Horned Frog defense, which played much better over the second half of the season, is awake.
Yeah, good job. They keep collapsing off the edge, and here's a good job here of going up against a true freshman and just kind of working around him with good quickness. We've seen them collapsing, not necessarily needing to get their safeties and linebackers flying downhill to get out of position. They're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage here these last couple drives.
Well, after Carolina cut them up on the opening possession, haven't gotten much done since then. This is their second possession since the touchdown drive. 3rd and long for Gio. In the heat, laying it out there. And a couple of frogs in the area covering Chip, and pressure applied by Devin Deal. And it'll be 4th down, and the Heels will have to punt it away as the Horned Frog defense rises up.
Yeah, like I said, this is a Horned Frog defense that really struggled last year on 3rd down because a lot of it was 3rd and short and 3rd and manageable for the opposing offenses. Goal coming into this year is win 1st down, get them behind the sticks. And the first drive, we didn't see any of that. The last 2 drives, it's exactly what we saw, and it's worked out perfectly.
You know, Kirk, they really couldn't stop the run last year. Their numbers as a pass defense very good a season ago. That's mostly because people were able to run on them. Fair catch called for and made. And the Frogs will have it back after the 44-yard punt. The All-State bus here in Chapel Hill helping us keep up with all the action. Kirk, what was your All-State good hands play this week?
Well, that game last night, this may be the catch of the year. With Daniels going up like that, they reviewed it to make sure he held possession. I could watch that all day. Look at the Notre Dame. They think they got a pick. No problem. Easy pick in the rain. Nope. Not with Daniels. Extending up with one hand, holds on to it. To me, I will be in December still looking back at that catch by him in that opening weekend. That was beautiful.
Transferred over to Daniels from LSU. He was a standout at Liberty. He really didn't get it going last year, but boy, he got it going with that.
And how about
play last night?
How about the ACC? Miami over Notre Dame, Florida State over Alabama, LSU and Clemson back and forth. LSU ended up winning it. Good start.
And not much running room. Jeremy Payne back in to run it for the Frogs, and good pursuit by the Carolina defense.
Again, multiple formations, that time going with a rare look with 2 backs in that backfield. North Carolina not confused at all. Good job of getting off of blocks and getting in there and getting physical.
Hoover completed all 4 of his passes on the last drive to 4 different receivers. They get 5 in a row and another 1st down, and this time it's going to be the big tight end, DJ Rogers, making the grab.
Good action out of Hoover that time with the play action. Caught the linebackers out of position. Good throw right back into a tight window for the 1st down.
Man, is he fun to watch throw it, isn't he? And go back to the ground. Kendall Briles really wants to be productive on the ground. Kavorian Barnes wrapped up by Leroy Jackson.
Yeah, Hoover, like a lot of these guys that play quarterback today, that that rotational throwing goes back to his baseball days. He ended up getting hurt in high school, which prevented him from continuing, unlike his brother who does play baseball still, but he had to give it up. But I think the end result is all that baseball that he played, the different arm angles, how easily the ball comes out of his hand, how natural it looks. He says it has a lot to do with baseball, just like you hear so many quarterbacks today talking about.
Well, time for Josh. Now he'll scramble out of there, and boy, he got sandwiched and took a hit from a couple of Tar Heels in there. Maury House was among those to hit him. I talked to Josh's dad, Alex, talking about the baseball career, and he was a good pitcher. His brother's going to play corner outfield for either the other Carolina or the Carolina, depending on your perspective. He's going to South Carolina. That's Caleb.
Now they're showing pressure here. You walk the safety up. He's seeing this concern. And so that's why he's making a check. Carolina may check out of that pressure, but it looks like they may still be coming.
Hoover over the middle, complete right at the 50-yard line. That's exactly where the 1st down marker is. Joseph Manjack, the transfer from Houston, makes the grab on what will be the final play of the quarter.
He recognized that pressure, made the check, got the right protection, and a good job by the receiver knowing exactly where he needed to go to get that 1st down.
That's the end of the 1st quarter.
What an opening full weekend it's been in college football. Week 1, and A great way to wrap it up on the night Bill Belichick makes his college football head coaching debut, and he's in a battle with TCU. Locked up at 7 after 1.
Great news from Jeremy in sales. He's loving the AI sales agent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's following up on leads 23% faster. Jeremy.
Great. So I can tell the board that the company is more productive.
Oh, no. I wish. But you can tell them Jeremy in sales is following up on leads 23% faster. Oh, Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy.
I never thought this would happen.
Never thought this would happen.
I never thought this would happen.
We got you.
We got you.
We got you.
When the unexpected comes calling, call the one team prepared for what no one can predict.
We got you.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Yes, I'm on Row. They say GLP-1s for weight loss is a shortcut. It's not. It's science. After kids, it's the medicine my body needed. GLP-1s helped me lose 31 pounds. One app to hit my goals. This is healthcare. This is Row. I'm Serena Williams, and I'm a real Row member.
Check their new game day fit. Oh, snap! DirecTV got hot.
That's right. DirecTV is flexing with all those pro and college games at your fingertips. This ain't your dad's cable song. It's couture.
Okay, thank you so much. I was about to say that. It's couture.
I'm a big rock. And while you're down there posing for pictures, I'm seeing the bigger picture from up here. And this little birdie's telling me it's time for this rock to roll. Photobomb! And if you don't have the right insurance, this can really flatten your savings.
Awesome.
So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
The Colonel believed his KFC chicken sandwich should be huge on flavor. Tender chicken, crisp pickles, but with a tiny $3.99 price. Oh, that crumb looks giant next to that tiny price. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. The $3.99 KFC chicken sandwich.
We are back, and the lineup is stacked.
Maureen, I need your help. Project Odessa. I need you to stop it.
The time has come.
Bless your hearts and hold on to your butts.
What just happened? Like, what is even happening right now?
Sophomore year is gonna be lit. Let's take a selfie. So cute.
What's that?
From Hollywood, it's Dancing with the Stars, Tuesday, September 16th.
Light show in Chapel Thrill. Welcome back to Capital One Labor Day kickoff on ESPN. It's kickoff week presented by Modelo. Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, Holly Rowan, our entire crew. Opening night for Bill Belichick, and they just turned the lights back on. It's a lights out opening drive for the Tar Heels. 83 yards. They went for a touchdown. Since then, they've mustered -6 yards of O. TCU has answered the score, and now Josh Hoover has them at midfield with a first down as we open the second quarter. One of the better runs of the night for TCU and Kavorian Barnes.
Again, TCU, an ability to get downhill with Barnes, and I think you got to give the offensive line some credit as well. They're working together, communicating, even on the road here, handling the different movement from Steve Belichick.
Barnes sticking his face in the fan, getting really close to the 40, which would be first down markers. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, they are going downhill with Kavorian Barnes. That's why they brought him in from UTSA, where he was the 2022 Conference USA Freshman of the Year. They said he's got super quick feet in the hole, and his contact balance allows him to run between the tackles. You've seen it. Sonny Dykes told us we went east and west way too much last year. This year, we're going north and south, and you see the commitment early in this game to run between the tackles.
Holly, he's a guy whose rushing totals have dropped the last 2 years. That's largely due to being banged up. Picture of health. He's been great in camp and off to a good start tonight. And there he goes again, breaking tackles, and he's down close to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 9.5 on.
I'll teach you how to do this with Niji Journey. Here's how. Go to nijijourney.com and click Edit. Upload your picture. And click on Retexture. Enter a prompt that describes your photo, and click Submit Retexture. And you're done. Try now at nijijourney.com/explore.
Low center gravity, bouncing off. I mean, Carolina had penetration. He looks like he's down for about a 2-yard loss. Spins out of that, breaks another arm tackle. Well, Belicheck and Steve Belichick will not like that tackling on that second and short.
Hoover lays it out there right on the money, and making the catch is DJ Rogers again, his second catch of the night.
Yeah, free release there, able to get out, allows the quarterback to be able to throw in rhythm, puts the ball out in front, anticipates well. Second time we've seen the big tight end Rogers get his hands on the football. 6'4", 250. Continuing to move the formations, personnel groupings, try to affect the communication with this Carolina defense.
Picked up 14, now first down from the 13. And maybe a little miscommunication. He's looking for Dwyer, and it's incomplete, and there's a flag down on the play.
Yeah, flag came in late. They're going to call it on offense. Marcus Allen saying, what did I do? You know, I think
he already got nabbed for one he didn't like.
Offense, 15-yard penalty, 15-second down.
I thought initially 7 there in the slot. He's kind of flattening out his route. He ended up trying to work through the defender, kind of pushing with that left arm. So they'll bring the Horned Frogs back. They were, these last couple drives, really playing within a rhythm. Mixing up the looks, mixing up the personnel groupings, thrown about 6 or 7 different targets. But after that interference, they're going to have to make up some yardage here.
First and 25. They've got to get it to the 3 for the first down. Hoover fires. He'll get some of it right there, right on the money. Is Dwyer working on Allen, and at the moment, with the exception of that OPI, he's getting the better of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing a lot of confidence in the transfer from Idaho. A really nice job working on a one-on-one route. Picks up a lot of yards there after that interference. Gives him a real shot here in these next few plays. Get this first down.
Hoover again complete. Again, it's Dwyer. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 10. He's going to bring up third down and 7.
9 straight completions. Carolina, after that interference, last couple plays, giving a cushion out there on islands, but not uptight pressing to disrupt the timing. Working a little bit off ball, and Hoover recognizing that back into the boundary twice, able to come up with a couple completions, and now a real shot here on third down.
Ariel Trout trying to help the D. Hoover feeling a little pressure. Gets away. Josh firing to the end zone. Catch is made, but his ball comes loose late. It's incomplete. Tar Heels stuck as he tried to get the ball to Chase Curtis. And the Heels were all over, and Coleman Bryson was there.
Don't get me wrong. It's a lot easier to sit up here and see this, but this is one that you'd think that he might see with the back kind of leaking, but he set up. He's going to make this throw into that corner, but the running back kind of leaked out late. and he would have walked into the end zone, but he tried to squeeze it in to the big tight end, Curtis.
There's one area, Kirk, that they felt like was one that Josh could improve in. Decisions, seeing the field outside the pocket. Didn't make that play, so it'll be a 27-yard field goal attempt, depending on this flag.
You got movement on the right side by the offense.
False start. Kicking team number 70. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So we'll make it 32 instead. On the field goal attempt from Kyle Limmerman, who last year was 15 out of 22. 3 out of 5 from this distance last year. We'll call it a long 32 as he tries to give TCU the lead. Kick on the way, it is true, and TCU has scored 10 straight, and they've taken a 3-point lead on the Tar Heels.
At Fairfield, every moment of a perfect game day shapes your fandom. Whether it's stepping out with your crew, grabbing the fuel you need to support your team, or getting that flawless assist from a fellow fan. Be ready. Wherever the season takes you, Marriott Bonvoy has a hotel brand for every kind of fan. Official hotel partner of the NCAA.
With DoorDash Streaks, you rack up weekly discounts, so you win every week. But so much winning energy can be a lot. Win every week with DoorDash Streaks. Opt in, order every Saturday, build the savings.
Check-in time is 3.
It's 2:55.
I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No games, no fun.
Yes, Coach.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, get the vacation you expect, and never a hovering host.
Introducing Taco Bell's $3 steak burritos. From the zesty Chipotle Ranch to the indulgent cheesy melt. We call them rich, but they're just $3. New $3 steak burritos, only at Taco Bell.
Your house might not be a mansion, but it still deserves a $19 pro home cleaning. Your cleaner will scrub everything from your toilet to your stovetop. Your whole place will be vacuumed and dusted. Honestly, you might think the price is too good to be true, but once you try it, you'll never go back to cleaning the house yourself. Pick a date, choose your cleaner, and book your first cleaning today for only $19.
We were made for Huli, made to bring her joy, because when a scary tumor threatened her story, we became her magic. Every nut and bolt became special, each hand and tool dedicated to one quest, erasing that tumor and keeping her story alive, because we were made for Huli.
Aerial view brought to you by Goodyear. For every legendary moment, still, always, and forever. Beautiful night here in Chapel Hill. Bill Belichick, so consistent, 19 consecutive winning seasons, second longest in NFL history, 17 division titles in 24 years. Look at those 11 in a row, 6 times. Brought home the Super Bowl crown with the New England Patriots, and now, after 49 years as a professional coach, a guy who loves football at every level. We've had him on game day a few times.
Yep.
Knows the history of the game inside out. Dad's a longtime assistant coach at the college level. His regular season debut in college ranks. Chris Culliver going to bring it out. Mentioned earlier how dangerous he can be, but Culliver's going to be tripped up short of the 25.
Well, that opening drive for North Carolina was pretty. 83-yard drive. They went a lot of jumbos, which was interesting to go with that look. Got Hood going with that look. They were able to control the line of scrimmage. Also, most importantly, set up good play action. See the linebackers and safeties getting downhill, expecting run, get lost in that deeper crosser. Able to put that right on the money to one, Jordan Shipp, and then here again, that jumbo look off to the right, able to win things. And it looked like they were going to have a big night offensively, still might, but the next 2 drives since then, 6 plays, negative 11 yards, both 3 and out. Let's see what they do here on their 4 series.
Bill Lopez pulls it. He's going to take a shot down the field. He was trying to get it to Alex Taylor. There's a little hand fighting there, chanting Canada out there for TCU, no flags.
Yeah, Channing Canada does a really good job here of just kind of getting right into the face of the receiver, stride for stride, right in his pocket there, able to locate the football late. And when you're in phase like that, you're able to get away with a little bit of hand guarding and touching there a little bit. If you're behind and you do that, they'll call it every time, especially if you don't locate the football.
Davion Gallup in at running back now. Lopez trying to run quarterback draw, and TCU is having none of it. And it'll be another 3rd and long. Paul Oyewale and Marcus Deal were there to stop it.
Yeah, that time Kelly just got overwhelmed right in the middle of your screen. This is a quarterback's worst nightmare. They only rushed 3. Just power rushed him, bull rushed, just pushed him back into the backfield. Nice job by Marcus Deal. And again, I go back to the goal of the entire offseason, getting more negative plays, whether it's sacks or tackles for a loss, getting teams behind the sticks, and we've seen that now. 3 straight series for the Horned Frogs defense and Andy Avalos.
Hood and Hall, running backs on either side of Lopez. And no running room for the Michigan transfer, and it'll be a 3 and out as Nnamdi Obiizor made the stop for TCU.
You know, 3rd and long, run the football, and this defense, you know, you keep contained, not fooled at all. Good job of using that sideline. No chance at all. That's 3 straight 3 and outs for TCU.
Well, since that opening drive, Kurt, they've got 83 yards. The subsequent 3 drives, they've lost 5. McGinnis punts it away. Dwyer signals for the fair catch and makes it right around his 31-yard line. So the TCU offense goes back to work behind Josh Hoover after the 46-yard punt.
Was that necessary?
No. Neither is missing your daughter's competition to do payroll. With Paycom, employees do their own payroll, so you don't have to miss your daughter's big day. Time to shine. Get Paycom and make the unnecessary unnecessary.
Me gusta la comida buena, es que el sabor me desespera, con ganas me la como entera. Me gusta la comida buena.
When Verizon gives you a free phone on any plan,
Gemini, show me the concealer.
You use AI a lot.
The long, thin tube in the middle.
Yes, boyfriend of the year.
Did we say a lot? We meant a lot.
Gemini, is my houseplant leaning away because it hates me?
Nothing personal. It's leaning away for more sunlight.
Come here, girl. Gemini, any pointers on my downward dog?
We get it. It's a Google Pixel 10 Pro from Verizon.
Oh, appreciate you.
Summer fun is around every turn at the all-new Dave & Buster's, with never-before-seen games like Hot Wheels Victory Lap. Brand new menu items, including turbocharged chicken sliders. And a nationwide race with players across the country. Zoom up the new leaderboard and race toward exclusive prizes before they race off without you. So rev those engines and win on all cylinders at the all-new Dave & Buster's.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
We're here. Progressive's accident response detected an accident and sent for help.
Did we beat him? Where's Superman?
Saving the world, maybe?
So we did beat him! Sorry, Superman!
Yeah, I don't think car insurance is really his thing.
Not with us around.
Yeah, I already called a tow truck and started your claim.
I guess not all heroes wear capes.
Yep, some wear tummy capes.
Ew, what? Don't say things like that out loud.
No.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
I've been surprised, honestly, about how quickly it's come together. The buy-in's great, the work ethic's great. They've improved a lot. Again, we have a long way to go. I'm not saying we're anywhere close to being good right now, but we're certainly we've made a lot of progress, and the players have given me a great effort. So, I want to give them that same effort back, and we'll see where it takes us.
Kirk, he said it'd be 3 or 4 games before he really knew exactly what he had. He certainly wasn't punting on this game, but the growth is going to take a while, and some of that would be game action.
You bring 70 new players in, even if you're the greatest coach to ever do it, it's going to take some time to gel. It takes some time to really understand what you have, like you said. The way this game started, it looked like, he said he didn't want to say they were good yet, but they looked pretty good.
I know what
to all of us.
I know what was good, that opening script.
Yeah.
And the blocking.
And no preseason football, which he's used to.
Hoover fires out. He has another completion to Dwyer. Holly, Belicheck hardly a figurehead during practice.
No, we were wondering how hands-on he'd be with this team, and I can tell you this, on their final walkthrough last night, they're going over special team situations, and none other than Bill Belichick is acting at the scout team long snapper. Yes, he was snapping the football, making sure his team was ready for every situation on special team. He has been totally hands-on.
And he has. You've seen a lot of the video of practice and him teaching fundamentals, which is one of the things he feels like they need to do if they're going to achieve the goal of being like the 33rd NFL franchise, which has been the calling card, because they've recruited very well.
Yep. One of the things that the NFL is about is finding matchups, creating those matchups, and attacking them. And, Steve and Bill Belichick obviously very, very dialed in on that. And what I've seen from Kendall Briles is going away from the corner, number 1, Thaddeus Dixon, and going after either Marcus Allen or now Conley, who's in the game, 26, into the boundary on that left side of the offense.
We are incompletion on first down from Hoover. Briles puts it back on the ground. Andrew Simpson makes the stop, the transfer from Boise State.
Simpson and House give them 2 really good linebackers because of the versatility. And watch how he finishes on this play. Able to beat the guard, bang. And it's a back that's been getting downhill, and that time this offense going sideways after that big hit.
3rd down and 9 for Hoover. Josh dancing away, keeping his eyes downfield. Oh my goodness, he threaded that in there. What a catch by Dwyer along the sideline.
But Dwyer does a good job of working back. I think he's running his route. Now he sees his quarterback's in trouble. He didn't have much of a choice here. That ball was on him in a hurry. By the time he got off of Conley, that ball hits him right in the right shoulder. Just a laser from Hoover.
Back to the ground with Jeremy Payne.
You talked about how Hoover, he's known for his ability to throw in rhythm from the pocket. Here, he puts that right to the outside, and if his guy's not going to make a play on that, it's going to go out of bounds. But Dwyer tried to work back, tried to get away from the corner, but the football, the way it was thrown, just hit him right, like I said, on that right shoulder.
His off-target rate when he leaves the pocket way up last year. That was right on target as they're back to the ground on 2nd down. They'll stop him 2 or 3 yards short of the first 3rd down coming.
One of the intriguing matchups in this game was Hoover and his receivers, which I think they would tell you is a real strength. For Kendall Briles going up against Steve Belichick in the back end with all these new faces. The one thing I think they felt pretty good about is the back 7, and especially what they could do in that secondary. So it's been good against good.
Need 2 on 3rd down. To the ground. They'll pick it up. It was Jeremy Payne. running right behind the offensive line.
Yep, Cade Bennett, the left guard, picked up that inside linebacker blitz. Did a good job of pushing him to the inside and gave Payne enough room to get up in there. That was a lot of traffic, but with that block by the left guard 60, he's able to find enough room for that first down.
Now from the 23, Horned Frogs threatening again. Hoover pumped to the outside, the good feet to get away. Josh scrambling, now he gets rid of it on the outside and turns a potential negative play into a positive. And there's Dwyer with his 6th catch on the 6th target of the night.
Well, he got pressured, but he misses one right down the sideline. That's an easy touchdown, but you got to give credit to the pass rush, because if he would have been able to locate that, Bailey just walks into the end zone, but there was pressure, and his eyes had to go down, so he misses Bailey, who was kind of a little bit of a stutter before he went on the wheel route down the sideline.
A little running room for Payne off the right side. We'll bring up another 3rd down.
Yeah, it is tough, but with the looks and the tempo and the different jersey numbers that are coming in and out, talk about a tough first game for Bill Belichick and Steve Belichick when it comes to communication. It's one thing to prep it in August. You think you have an idea, then there's different formations, there's different personnel, and it's very easy with the tempo mixed into that to lose a guy or have your eyes in the wrong spot against Kendall Briles' system.
Gregorian Barnes, running back, split out, wide to the right, empty on 3rd and 4. Screen, and that one's off target and intercepted. Caleb Cost.
Rolling on the field is an interception. First down, North Carolina.
Well, this is the area that Hoover really wanted to, again, get better. He kind of falls off of this throw, felt the pressure there by House 7, and he had to put the ball high. By putting it high, that's a very dangerous throw. Goes off the hands of Bailey, and what an effort to be able to come up with that interception by Caleb Cost.
House transferred from Washington, where he played for Steve Belichick last year, and he makes a huge play.
At Burger King, we don't listen to celebrities. We listen to you. Your next creation is here. The Crispy Onion Whopper. It's got the crisp, the crunch, the bacon, and it's imagined by you. Try the latest in the Whopper by You series today.
The Jimenez family are having battery issues, but an AutoZoner helps them find the right Duralast battery. Don't miss the end of summer sale with great deals and rewards. Now until September 22nd.
With bugs, the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo traps. Zevo works 24/7 to lure, catch, and kill 99.9% of bugs trapped for effortless protection. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease? Is there somebody I can talk to or help?
I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
Find a urology specialist who treats PD at goGetSomebody.com.
Shop the Labor Day sale at Sherwin-Williams and transform your space with color. Get 35% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $31.84. Hurry in August 22nd through September 4th. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
The UPS store is more than just a shipping store. We're the packet, ship it, guarantee it store. We know running a small business takes a lot of grit. So we're the We've Got Your Back store. Because when you trust us to pack it and ship it, we guarantee it, so it'll get into the hands of your customers safely. Which is why we're the Stand By Our Work Guaranteed store. Visit the upsstore.com/save and get 20% off print services today.
Michelin innovates on the road and far beyond by manufacturing prosthetic leg belts that allow for greater flexibility of movement. Michelin, motion for life.
Lynx Fever on ESPN.
Take 136 teams who all want the same thing. Glory!
Try it on the ground. Benjamin Hall picks up the feet.
We kind of noticed Bill Belichick frustrated after this interception. It goes back to the scramble. Watch the hold by the TCU offensive line. Two of them right there, a grab. You can see the left side as well. So he's excited about the interception. He's like, all right, we got the ball back. Yes. And then he's like, come on, man. Somebody, I need to talk to somebody. We kept our cameras on him, and we were at the break. We noticed he was frustrated. We went back, and Holly was all over it down there, noticing that he was frustrated during that scramble to the right of Hoover. There were a couple of holds. We went back and looked, and clearly, even after the pick, he's still letting the officials know that he's frustrated about those two missed holding calls.
Carolina, which ran it so well on that opening drive. Tougher sledding now. Hall picks up maybe one.
Boy, they're really starting to cheat down against this run game these last few series. Really almost challenging Gio Lopez and his group of wide receivers. That shows a lot of confidence they have in the back end. Ship, number one for North Carolina. He can beat you one-on-one, but who else can? Who else can be that guy to help out, to try to take this defense and try to sit them back a little bit? Right now they're playing downhill.
Got to get it to the 29 on third down. Lopez to the outside, and it's intercepted. And it's going to be a walk-in touchdown for the veteran Bud Clark. His 12th career pick, and TCU gets the ball right back and punches it in for 6. He is the leader of this defense. He had a pick 6 in that college football playoff semifinal against Michigan when they went to the national championship game. Might have celebrated early.
Well, he baited the young quarterback Lopez, being a veteran safety. He gave a big cushion to make him feel like he's got the easy throw for the first down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Scoring team number 21. 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That's number 21's first unsportsmanlike foul of the game.
Bud got a little over exuberant. He is now just one interception away from TCU's all-time record, and a costly turnover for Gio Lopez and the Tar Heels here inside 4 minutes to play in the first half.
With Bud Clark completely showing his experience and just baiting Lopez on that third down play to think he had what he needed for the first down. Third and about 5. He had a cushion at about 7 or 8 yards. Gave him a pre-snap look like you've got what you need. And then broke out it.
Lemmerman's extra point splits the uprights, and the Horned Frogs up 17-7.
Yeah, Bud Clark is, like I said, a veteran guy. He's played a lot of football. He's just kind of sitting back here waiting to see if he can bait the quarterback into a throw, and then does a good job of breaking on the ball, almost anticipating that this throw is coming out, and then just steps in front. I mean, like I said, that's experience, that's great athletic ability, and then that's knowing the down and distance. Knows exactly where he needs to be because he knows where the sticks are. He knows the ball's going to be coming out right around the sticks at the 29-yard line.
North Carolina number 3 is wearing number 34.
An important thing for this defense when Bud decided to come back to play another year instead of going to the pros. Quickly turned on Belichick after Carolina stopped the drive with an interception.
Surprised we've not seen a little bit more of Gio Lopez, quarterback in the run game. You know, whether it's zone read, quarterback power, just something to try to even the numbers at the line of scrimmage. Really hasn't run the ball at all today. He's got 3 carries for negative 14 yards. A lot of that's just sack yards. So I think we saw maybe the opening drive one time it was a design run, but Would be surprised to see Freddie Kitchens maybe go to that. Try to slow down this confident TCU defense.
And North Carolina a chance with good field position. The kickoff coming from the 20. And Culliver's going to get it to the 35 as we check in with Holly.
Well, after the opening drive, TCU's defense has really shut things down for North Carolina. Sonny Dykes told us just how challenging it was to prepare for this team. He said 70 new players, a lot of new coaches. We were trying to pull film for everybody. And then he was out golfing with Denver Broncos head coach Sean Payton, and Payton said, hey, if you thought about the quarterback run game, go back and look at what he did against Cam Newton when he was with the Patriots. So Sonny goes back and pulls that video, and now you've seen it. They've done a good job tonight against the running quarterback of Gio Lopez every time he's run. So shout out to Sean Payton.
Giving tips, getting any tip you can get when you got 70 new players in an opening week.
Well, Sonny also checked with a couple of Bill's former players that have Texas Tech ties, as he does. I asked him, who are they going to be loyal to? You and the alma mater of Danny Amendola, Wes Welker, or Belichick? He felt pretty good about it. The common thread was Bill's going to do what Bill does.
Go back to that jumbo look that was effective in the opening drive with 6 offensive linemen. Worked on that left side where they had those 3 linemen to the left of the center. Got to push anyway.
Hood and Hall together with Lopez in the backfield. It'll be Hall looking for the edge. He's got the first down, and Benjamin Hall takes it up to the 48-yard line. Devin Deal with the stop, 10-yard pickup.
The 2 backs there together. They feel that Benjamin Hall could be the most talented back that they have. Good worker, just a complete back to transfer over from Michigan. That time, both of them in the backfield. And in fact, that play worked so well. The threat of the quarterback run in there and a lead blocker. Yeah, when they get that going, you can go back to 1st and 10, play action or RPO.
Lopez under center. It's Hood. Caleb Hood gets it into TCU territory to the 49.
It's funny you say that. I mean, it just tells you where we are. Bill Belichick leaves the NFL, where, of course, majority of the time his teams, his quarterbacks would always huddle. And he comes into college, he picks up Gio Lopez as his quarterback, and Gio Lopez has never huddled. High school, college at South Alabama, he's looking over at signs. It's been a learning experience for him. It's different. You know, you got to command the huddle. You're looking into the eyes of 10 teammates, and you got to call the play and say it in a way that you believe that this play is going to work. So it's been a work in progress, and done a good job with a different coach, especially Matt Lombardi, his quarterback coach, and helping him develop to become more of a complete quarterback.
Tar Heel legends on hand on Belichick's debut night, but TCU trying to spoil the party as we're at the 2-minute timeout.
This is a You Pick 2 meal. 1/2 Green Goddess Chicken Cobb, 1/2 Chicken Bacon Rancher. This pair is straight up delicious. Whatever you're feeling, pick your You Pick 2. It just meals good at Panera.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
It's that time of year again. The real new year is almost here. Whether it's lunchtime with Lunchables or after school with Kraft Mac and Cheese, game day with Capri Sun, or snack time with Jell-O, we're wishing you all a happy school year.
All the fluffy, flavorful goodness, all the best value for all your folks, every day, all starting at $7.99, only at Cracker Barrel.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm always scouting for full-time fans. Check out this year's recruits. The teen transfer, married into the team, but acts like he's married to the team. The playmaker can get the ball through the uprights without setting foot on a field. The early season hopeful doesn't hope that this is her team's year, knows so. These fans deserve a Modelo. Because football isn't really football without you.
this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious...
They wanna know if we still got it. They say rap's king. They wanna know how I feel And even when I was close to defeat, I rose to my feet. Taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets.
A car that doesn't truly transport you is a car that stops short of amazing. At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, get offers on select models.
This game has gotten out of control. All the money, the unpredictability. It's time we instate a commissioner.
Introducing the commissioner of coverage, the Aflac Duck.
Commish, when health insurance falls short, who pays you cash to help with your medical bills?
Aflac. The commissioner has spoken.
I love that duck.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover with
Aflac, an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Y'all can ask about it at work.
Starbucks halftime report. Matt Barry, Desmond Howard have first half highlights and look ahead to Michigan and Oklahoma.
They look serious.
They'll be there.
They look very serious.
It's casual Monday for Desmond. No ties.
It is.
North Carolina trying to put something on the board before the half. Gio Lopez pulls it down, going to run with it. Gio is knocked down just short of the 45. Jamel Johnson's had himself a game tonight. Been very active with this Frog defense.
Yeah, Johnson that time just mirroring the quarterback, almost like a spy. You know, the last time Gio Lopez had completed a pass was 8:12 Eastern, which was
over an hour.
Okay, yeah, an hour and whatever.
14 minutes.
14 minutes. Let's get a completion. Let's get a quick slant here and put that to bed.
He's just 0 for 3, though. They've only thrown it 3 times since that opening drive. They have not converted a third down yet. 0 for 4.
Now they're trying to
do it here.
Trying to go empty here to get the numbers for him, maybe on a quarterback draw, but they're blitzing.
They got it snapped and it rolled to him. Gio going to fire it deep. He's looking for Ship out there, and all over him with excellent coverage was Austin Jordan.
Well, the timing is off because the snap bounced back to the quarterback. Now you got the slot fade, but really good coverage. I'm telling you, TCU with the speed they have on the back end, that was Jordan, the transfer from Texas. They just don't feel threatened, and they have been stride for stride in phase on those deep balls.
Kirk, that's why we've brought up the center a couple of times tonight. That was Chad Lindbergh. We're certainly not picking on him. He's a transfer from Rice. He's never done it before, and they were concerned about the shotgun snap.
Especially on third down.
Yeah, and that one didn't quite get there. Now they've got a problem handling the snap, and a really good job to get that punt out of there by Tom McGinnis. Almost had a Sean McDonough trouble with the snap moment there.
Pretty good job to recover.
Yeah, it was.
And just like you say, just to recover that and get it out. Actually, the snap was actually, from what I saw, pretty good.
Yeah,
just off to his right, just slipped through his hands.
Yeah.
Lucky it bounced off his thigh, gave him a chance, and boy, so close.
How about that? Australian, though, that was a little bit of Australian rules football there.
Yeah, it was.
At least he didn't do that hand pass thing. That would not have worked out well. A little bit of frustration there, and of course, special teams. Bill's baby. You know, he loves special teams. Worked very hard on them, but that was just an unfortunate operator error for McGinnis. Could have been much, much worse. But now with 53 seconds, TCU has it 80 yards away from the end zone. First down completion.
Well, you got a veteran quarterback, a good group of receivers. You got 3 timeouts. So even though they're starting at their own 20, they're thinking at the very least trying to get in the field goal range, especially with Kendall Briles' aggressive mindset.
DJ Rogers, that big tight end, they're really high on his ability and potential. He has 3 catches tonight. That one picked up 5. And stopped the clock getting out of bounds. Here's Hoover on second down. Throw it underneath. And Barnes out of the backfield. Picks up the first down. TCU, this is how you start a late drive in the half. You get that first down, now you can start attacking.
Eric McAllister won for TCU. They're probably their best receiver, 6'3". He's been moving inside and outside, and everywhere he goes, Thaddeus Dixon is following him. So it's one-on-one, two of the better players on the field. Carolina not leaving McAllister alone.
They'll go to the ground this time. And full complement of timeouts. They can afford to try to pop one, and they'll use a timeout here with 36 seconds to play in the first half. DeAndre Robinson, big transfer from Florida.
TCU, their first charge of the half. 30 seconds in length.
56th season of Monday Night Football is on the way. September 8th, Vikings and Bears, 8 Eastern time on ESPN, ABC, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new app. Peyton and Eli back on ESPN2. Scott Van Pelt and the guys start coverage with Monday Night Countdown. Their crew at Soldier Field, that'll crank up at 6 o'clock Eastern time, 5 in the greater Chicagoland area.
Yeah, Ben Johnson leaving Detroit as the offensive coordinator, becomes the head coach to help Caleb Williams. Got some good pieces around Caleb Williams. It's going to be exciting to see what the Bears can do. J.J. McCarthy era starting in Minnesota. What a great way to open up Monday Night Football. That'll be a good one.
Well, Ramses and the fellas here in Chapel Hill really need to keep TCU from tacking on some more points. A 17-7 lead. The Frogs have scored the last 17 after Carolina took the opening kickoff march right down the field, went up 7-0. Since that's been all TCU. Another completion to Dwyer, who keeps his feet, heads for the boundary very wisely, and the clock stops with 31 to go.
And I don't know it officially, but they continue to go away from one, Thaddeus Dixon, back to the boundary against Allen and Conley. A lot of times, like I said, you've seen Dwyer get his opportunities. He has 7 receptions to lead to lead TCU. Most of it's been up against number 29 with the soft cushion into the boundary. It's almost like Carolina's okay with giving that up. They just won't want to give up the potential explosive play. That's why they got Thaddeus Dixon following McAllister everywhere.
Hoover pulls it, has a completion. It's Manjack on the grab, the transfer from Houston, and now all of a sudden they are right there on the edge of field goal range with 24 ticks to go. Pickup of 18.
Yeah, Deary, the center, gets a little bit downfield there on that RPO. The linebacker came down. Good decision by Hoover.
Hoover again. There goes Barnes racing for the sideline and gets out of bounds. Clock stopped with 13 seconds to play.
You know, and kind of the year of the quarterback as far as inexperienced quarterbacks. 7 of the top 10 this past weekend had quarterbacks for the first time starting at that school. It's just another example of having a veteran quarterback, a guy that's played a lot for his school, understands, hey, we're at our own 20. We got 3 timeouts. I've got it, at the beginning of the drive, 3 timeouts, able to kind of navigate, move down the field easily in field goal range.
First down, another catch for the tight end, E.J. Rogers.
I mean, it's like everything they do, his mind's working quick enough that he quickly has an answer. So not only have they moved into field goal range,
30 seconds in length.
9 seconds left, still the 1 timeout. You'd like to think of maybe taking a shot or 2 maybe into the end zone.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 10 seconds.
We'll see how they've scored. Caleb Hood, who opened the drive with a 9-yard run, finished a 7-play, 83-yard drive with a touchdown. This was just a spectacular from Hoover to Dwyer.
It really got Hoover going, and I think the TCU offense, and on the other side, Gio Lopez, after that opening drive, just trying to find the footing and the rhythm to their own offense, and that pick 6 obviously put them in an even bigger hole. But it's been an impressive drive here to end this first half by TCU.
What do you expect to see in terms, you got to assume they're taking at least 1 shot to the end zone. What are they going to try to do?
Well, you could go 4 bursts. You just want to take some shots and try to create some vertical space here in a tight window inside the 20. If he gets rid of it quick enough, maybe you have 1 play for sure with a 1 timeout, maybe 2, depending how quickly he gets it out of his hands.
And your point, he's been masterful on the drive. Going to the end zone, good coverage over there. Nothing doing, 6 ticks left. And that time they did go at Dixon, and that's probably why they've been avoiding him. And Sonny Dykes not going to mess around with this. I think he's going to send out the field goal unit.
It's important that Carolina come up with that stop and not give up the touchdown, obviously. And a big part of it is not only down 10, potentially down 13, TCU gets the ball to start the second half as well.
Lemmerman looked really smooth during the warm-ups. This is a new surface. 33-yard attempt. He's made one tonight. And now he has made two with a 20-7 lead after Lemmerman caps off that waning moments of the first half drive. And the Horned Frogs will get the ball to start the second half. It looked for a second as if there might be a second or two remaining on the clock here in the first half, but they've let it expire, and both teams are headed to the locker room. So TCU has scored 20 consecutive points, and Holly Rowe is with Sonny Dykes.
Well, Coach, after that opening drive, your defense has really settled in. What changed for them in this game?
Yeah, we got a little on our heels on that opening drive. Guys settled in, and we just started playing. Man, we've made those two mistakes down the red zone right now. Otherwise, we could have pulled away a little bit. But, you know, we got to keep taking care of the football. We got to turn over down there, and that hurt us.
It's been a fun matchup watching Eric McAllister go against their number one. Two number ones kind of canceling each other out. How has Josh Hoover read the field and found other guys?
He's done a great job. I mean, it all starts with the protection. Offensive line's really protected well. And, you know, guys are making plays, and we had a chance to distribute to a bunch of different guys, and they're stepping up.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Holly, Sonny, thank you. To Sonny's point, Hoover 20 of 25, 193 yards in the touchdown pass, and the Horned Frogs with a 20-7 lead. That's the end of the first half here in Chapel Hill. The Starbucks halftime report is coming up right after these messages.
They say choice is the ultimate luxury, and now it's yours with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 Classic Box, loaded with lavish classics, the $7 Supreme Box, packed with decadent faves, or the $9 Discovery Box, now featuring the indulgent cheesy street chalupas. That's Lux. For less. The $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
It's football season, and no matter who you cheer for, we all agree how much college sports mean to us. But it's at risk. Dramatic changes are causing nearly every athletic department in America to operate in the red, forcing cuts, putting women's sports and Olympic dreams in immediate danger. The solution? Congress must modernize the Sports Broadcasting Act. That single change will generate the funding needed to protect all sports at all schools. Let's save college sports before the clock runs out.
Imagine a place where each one of us can leave a heel print on the world around us. Where the success of the team starts with you. That's Carolina. Imagine your heel print.
Don't just jump on the bandwagon. Grayscale has been guiding investors on their crypto journey for over a decade. Invest in your share of the future.
Look, if you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day.
game. It was a perfect debut to start the game for Bill Belichick. Welcome in, Desmond Howard and Matt Berry with you. Look, we knew this was going to get all the attention. We knew Bill Belichick's team was going to come out and play. And at least early on, Desmond, in the first half, we saw the Tar Heels come out looking like they've been ready for this game for a month. The story coming in, you know it. 6-time Super Bowl champ Bill Belichick, for the first time ever, a college head coach, 34 years to the day from his head coaching debut in the NFL. And this is Gio Lopez to Jordan Shipp.
I tell you what, Carolina came out, they were in rhythm. They were going through TCU's defense like a hot knife through butter.
I mean, and to cap the butter off with the bread, Caleb Hood, fifth-year senior, has been here for a while. UNC leads 7-0.
Yes, sir. Carried a man to the end zone. My man, Randy Moss, is excited about it.
But I want you to keep an eye on this, Dad, because we were sitting here on the sidelines watching the game. The first drive, 7 plays, 83 yards. Everything was perfect.
Right.
That's what they've done since. 17 plays and just 20 yards.
Yeah, 17 plays, 20 yards. That's not going to get it. I tell you what, I thought that TCU got a lot more physical after that first drive. They started to control the trenches.
And speaking of TCU, the offense, you knew Josh Hoover, you knew these frogs under Sonny Dykes were going to come out and score points, and they did just that. The story of this game, you know, they showed Michael Jordan early. The Jordan making noise tonight is Jordan Dwyer. What did you make of this PI call on Marcus Allen?
I was standing right there, right in front of that play, and I didn't see any contact from the defensive back. I thought that was an egregious call. He should have picked up the flag.
We've seen some since then that probably should have been called. And here, Hoover to Dwyer. That was perfect.
That was a dime he dropped in the bucket right there.
All right, so no mistakes to this point. Gio Lopez, they haven't moved the ball. They've stayed within themselves. That cost him. Bud Clark, the star, 17-7 Frog.
Never come late and behind a receiver on a quick out route. Cardinal sin right there.
So the defense for TCU puts them up 17-7. You take a look at the first half stats. With a field goal at the end, 20-7, 247 yards to just 103 to North Carolina. So Desmond, there's all kind of energy in here. This place has been rocking, 51,000 strong.
Yeah.
North Carolina gets out to the early lead.
Right.
How do you get back in this game after it seemingly feels like everything was sucked out after that first drive?
Man, I think you have to get back down to the basics. And I think it comes down to physicality up front. TCU, I spoke to some players on the sideline. They said we're bringing a different level of physicality to the game. After that first drive, we settled down, we regrouped, and then we got back to TCU type of football, meaning control the trenches.
That's right.
Offensive line and defensive line. They're going to have to make some adjustments, North Carolina, coming out of halftime.
And they also mentioned the pregame show, the Bill Belichick, where they came in here feeling a little bit disrespected.
Absolutely.
No one was talking about TCU.
Absolutely.
In fact, they came up to him knowing that he was the only one that picked TCU in the pregame. There's still a whole half to play football, but at least right now, TCU has come on the road in their opening game in a much-hyped atmosphere for a new head coach. They carried the lead 20-7 at the half. Thanks in large part. I tell you what, Hoover had the billing coming in. This pass did not disappoint. Right now, it's the Frog up 20-7 against North Carolina.
This halftime report is presented by the Starbucks Coffee Company.
It takes decades of hard work to buy a home. But the truth is, the work doesn't stop there. At Rocket Mortgage, we believe your home is an active investment, not a passive one. So let's put it to work. Renovations, extensions, even buying your next property. When you unlock home equity with Rocket Mortgage, you unlock new doors for your family to walk through. Get started today with smarter tools and guidance from real mortgage experts. Find out how at rocketmortgage.com.
Gold Bond believes touch says everything. It says, I got you. And I'm never letting go. Ever. Gold Bond. Get in touch with irresistibly touchable skin.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if doing the Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs.
Yeah. So we need to...
Sickle. And it's not. Checking Allstate first was smart. Barking at my boss, dumb. At least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Hey, Bark Boy.
These guys are crazy.
After the Colonel made his hot and spicy wings, he needed the perfect pairing. So he invented the potato. No need to look that up. It's true. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. Backed by obsessive demand, KFC wings and witches.
And done. Is this a house?
No, it's a powerhouse.
A powerhouse?
For ACC football. Powerhouse conference, baby.
I think that's a metaphor.
Best quarterbacks, best matchups, best fans.
Whoa, is this a powerhouse?
Powerhouse.
How many rooms?
17, obviously, plus a fan cave.
Wow, a cave? Pretty sure it's a metaphor.
What makes it a powerhouse?
Watch.
Welcome back to the Starbucks Halftime Report.
We are so happy to have you back, college football.
Give me that first love.
Number 1 falls as their horns are down again here in Columbus.
I ain't been sleeping on the left zone. My whole vendetta grown.
LSU begins to celebrate here in Clemson, South Carolina.
I can't wait to get on the plane and head back to Death Valley, baby.
Fake! What a call!
Number 25, Boise State, is dominated.
Touchdown! What a catch!
Gets straight. Swings a tackle. Stays in bounds. Spins under. Touchdown!
Look at me now. We on a whole other level.
Thought you'd like a special teams touchdown.
Yeah. C.J. Daniels. A tremendous one-handed catch.
Bigger than ever, we back.
From 63.
Oh my goodness. Look out! Oh my! Look out! How about it, Knowles? He caught the clock and he walked the walk, and the fans are storming the field. Knowles win!
Desmond Howard, Matt Berry with you. You know what I love about Labor Day weekend? It's the cherry on top, the Tabasco on your grits, the beer to chase your shot. You get 4 days of college football, and it really makes it special. And so as we wrap it up tonight with TCU UNC second half on the way, let's look back a little bit to week 1. What has stood out to you so far since we were playing football on Thursday?
The game last night, Miami versus Notre Dame, watching Carson Beck. We spent a lot of time watching him a year ago playing in Georgia, and he just didn't look like the same quarterback that he looked like last night. Receivers making plays for him. He was very, very comfortable. He was in rhythm. Seems like that surgically repaired right elbow is okay. I love what I saw from Miami against Notre Dame.
Hey, look, there was rightfully a lot of questions coming in about Carson Beck, right? Whether the Carson Beck 2 years ago at Georgia was going to be the guy we saw last night. The answer to that is no. Who else stood out to you?
So outside of Carson Beck, I also like LSU. I think that Blake Baker, they went to the transfer portal, brought in a lot of players in the back end, the secondary. I think it paid off. They went to Death Valley, took on Clemson, the team that a lot of analysts think may win a national championship. To go down to Clemson and beat them the way they did, they played a magnificent game. Nussmeier played well, the quarterback, well enough to win. He wasn't like, special, but he played a great game as far as what they needed him to do to get that W. But I love that defense, that Blake Baker defense.
Played a tough game to Garrett Nussmeier. And I think one of the bigger things you got to look at with LSU, number 1, they snapped a 5-game season opening losing streak.
Exactly.
But maybe more important, Brian Kelly's been there for 4 years now. Right. This is the first time he's won a season opener since he's been in Baton Rouge. Who knows how that can catapult this team loaded with talent. You said the defense, and Garrett Nussmeier, one of the better quarterbacks in the country, a veteran that showed up. When we return to the Starbucks Halftime Report, we will preview one of the big ends coming up and where College Game Day is headed as we're at the half, TCU, North Carolina.
Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drops.
Hey!
Hear that? The Wild is calling.
Get out there with Blue Wilderness. Formulated to give your dog the energy they need and made with meat as the first 3 ingredients. It's everything they need to take on the wild with you. Blue Wilderness. Stay wild.
Touchdown! Will they settle for overtime or try to beat their rival now with a 2-point attempt?
Go for it. They gotta go for those. Go for those. Go for those. Go for those.
Last season, he was questioned for settling. Coach, why didn't you go for 2? We're going for 2. Grab the Dos Equis. They're going for Dos. They got it. The risk pays off. Dos Equis. Always go for Dos.
There's a university where you can experience everything, from the stockyards to the stock exchange, from the Lone Star State to the global stage, where some of the happiest students in the nation embrace tradition, engage with excellence, and elevate the future. Only here. Share a class with 25, a stadium with 50,000, and a mascot with none. Where discovery meets community, integrity meets innovation, and Horned Frogs lead on for life. Only here, TCU.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. Go to DealDash.com and see how much you can save.
Life insurance used to be stuck in the past.
Your application is under review.
But Ethos changed the game. Our advanced technology finds your lowest rate from our multiple carriers, helping you get covered in minutes, not months. Check your price today at ethos.com.
We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. Thanks to generous supporters, we're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
This halftime report is presented by the Starbucks Coffee Company.
College game day is coming to your city. Norman, Oklahoma for Michigan at OU. Brent Venables and company get to host the premier show in all of sports. Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. What to look for in that one? Bryce Underwood, the true freshman, highly anticipated debut for the Wolverines. He finished with more passing yards than any Michigan player had in a game last season. I don't know if that says more about last season or what's happening for Underwood. On the other, one of the top combination of both. Yeah. How about John Mateer? He also set a record for a quarterback debut at Oklahoma. He beat that at Baker Mayfield. You know by now Baker went on to win the Heisman Trophy. So this one early on, this is kind of a sneaky game for both of these teams to see what they really are going into week 2.
It really is, and that's the beauty of it, because now you get to go up against a quality opponent, someone people respect and see just how good you are as a unit. I was at the Michigan game 2 nights ago. Watched Bryce Underwood, his first start. I mean, he looks the part. Played extremely well. Played under control. For a freshman, a true freshman, very poised. Loved the way he was throwing the ball. And then Mateer. I mean, I watched Mateer a year ago. He was probably one of the top quarterbacks in the portal, a legitimate dual-threat quarterback. He's going to bring a lot to that Oklahoma offense, probably try to give Wink Martindale fits on Michigan's defense. That's going to be a huge matchup, Michigan versus Oklahoma in Norman.
Well, that's just it with Oklahoma. You know, their head coach, Brent Venables, he's got a defensive background. They didn't have anything on offense last year. They wanted to take that step. It appears they did that in week 1. Justice Haynes, running back Michigan. Yeah. He was really the guy that kind of set the pace last year.
He really did. He set the pace. He had a nice run for a touchdown. He actually had 2 touchdowns that night. It's still going to be a 1-2 punch with the running back with him and Jordan Marshall. So it's still going to be smash football for Michigan's offense.
Michigan men running the football. Can't wait to watch that show next week, College Game Day in Norman, as we are getting set for the second half. Here in Chapel Hill, as TCU leads early on 20-7.
So fresh, so fresh. Come on, feel so. You make me feel
that unrelenting itch. When moderate to severe eczema is uncontrolled despite treatment, get itch relief fast and skin clearance that lasts with Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions may occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take if you experience hives or plan to receive a live vaccine. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today.
The new Crafted Flats from Pizza Hut. 5 handcrafted recipes with more toppings, all for you. There's no reason not to get one or try all 5. New Crafted Flats are just $5 each till 5 p.m. and available till close. Only from Pizza Hut.
At Fairfield, every moment of a perfect game day shapes your fandom. Whether it's stepping out with your crew, grabbing the fuel you need to support your team, or getting that flawless assist from a fellow fan. Be ready. Wherever the season takes you, Marriott Bonvoy has a hotel brand for every kind of fan. Official hotel partner of the NCAA.
If your grandpa wears one of these, if your husband wears these on the weekend, if your mom wore this, or if your wife wears this, you can count on USAA. Membership for the spouses, kids, and then grandkids of those who served. Count on us. Count on USAA. See if you can join USAA today.
And done.
Is this a house?
No, it's a powerhouse.
A powerhouse?
For ACC football. Powerhouse conference, baby.
I think that's a metaphor.
Best quarterbacks, best matchups, best fans. Whoa, is this a powerhouse? Powerhouse.
How many rooms?
17, obviously, plus a fan cave.
Wow, a cave? Pretty sure it's a metaphor.
What makes it a powerhouse?
Watch.
Whoa.
Powerhouse.
You're watching Kickoff Week, presented by Modelo.
Welcome back to the Capital One Labor Day kickoff on ESPN. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. Debut night for Bill Belichick as the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. Got off to a scintillating start. Opening drive of the Belichick era. Marched 83 yards, took a 7-0 lead. Since then, it's been all TCU. Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit here. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines for us. And TCU really answered the bell after that opening drive.
Yeah, I couldn't have started off any better for North Carolina. Get a 3-and-out on defense. Offense does their job. They're up 7-0. And from that point on, everything has changed drastically, favoring Josh Hoover and the TCU Horned Frogs. Really have played well in every aspect. And look at what Josh Hoover's been able to do. First of all, he's 20 of 25. He's been able to play in rhythm, making quick decisions, very decisive, been very accurate. And when he's had time and he's had to work through his progressions, shown a lot of maturity. He's a veteran guy that's played a lot of football, especially a year ago. And here's the accuracy. Used the motion to move the defensive back, creates one-on-one down that left sideline. Look at that throw. Right over the left shoulder and a touchdown to the transfer, Jordan Dwyer. And they're in rhythm. You throw in the interception, pick 6 by Bud Clark. Comfortable 13-point lead. And in my opinion, the way that first half went, it's a big drive for the North Carolina defense.
That was the Capital One rewarding performance, and this is a rewarding run as Gavorian Barnes is out the gate, inside the 30, to the 10. Touchdown TCU, 75 yards and no flags.
As I finished a sentence about how big of a drive this is for the North Carolina defense, Kendall Briles and company said it's a pretty big drive for us. We got a shot here. And by the way, great blocking downfield, great effort by Eric McAllister, who you'll see help spring this loose to make this instead of a 20-yard gain, but a play that goes all the way to the house. But the guards did a nice job of picking up the blocks, and that opened up. And this is an offense, again, that focused on becoming more physical, more balanced. We've got to be able to run the ball for this offense to work, and it's a great way to start this second half.
That makes it a pretty good TCU debut for Barnes, who was a Conference USA Freshman of the Year at UTSA and has a career-long touchdown run.
Watch the guard kick out here. other guard will come down and pick up this safety. It opens up very nicely. See the first guard right there? Boom, that's Bruno. Backside guard here, Bennett. Watch him work up to the safety. Hat on a hat and downhill running. And then watch one on the left there. Look at McAllister hustling downfield. Great job, great effort. Love to see it from a receiver who's known for his ability to make catches. But that's an offensive line that's been playing with confidence throughout this game. And a good job of the transfer from UTSA. Not just bringing downhill physicality, showing you he can take it to the house. Good job by his teammates opening that up.
The longest rush for TCU since 2022 when they played for the national championship. Kendall Briles said he wanted to run the football.
I was going to say, how great is it when you work in an off season? You got 7-8 months to try to get through winter conditioning and spring football and into camp. You have a goal of where we need to get better, and then you see it play out right before your eyes in an opening game against Bill Belichick.
10 carries, 111 yards. They were really impressed with the way he played in camp. They wanted him to seize that running back position to give them more of the downhill runner that Holly talked about in the first half. Went downhill and then hit the seam and turned on the speed. Now, if North Carolina can answer, dangerous return man is Chris Culliver, but TCU has done a really good job of containing him on returns tonight as we go down to Holly.
Well, guys, coming out of the locker room, the North Carolina players were yelling, start over, trying to get some energy back for this second half. But after that long touchdown run, it kind of took the air out over here on the Tar Heel sideline. The offensive line just started clapping. They've got to get out there and make some noise. They did such a good job on that opening drive. They want to get back to being able to run the football right now. They need some energy right here. You can see them trying to take the field now.
Holly, since that opening drive, they've run 17 plays, gained 20 yards, 1 first down, haven't converted a third down, punted 4 times, and thrown a pick 6.
Haven't completed a pass since that opening drive.
Lopez wanted to take a shot, had it covered up. Gio slips away from a couple and pick up 2 or 3 before Nnamdi Obiazor makes the stop. Ansel Dimbo was the one who applied the pressure and flushed him out.
Yeah, TCU has been mixing up their looks, trying to create some confusion for the transfer from South Alabama. And when he has been back there to throw, they've mixed in some man and some zone, make him hold that football and allow the front four to be able to get some pressure.
Pick up 3 on the scramble, 2nd down and 7. Lopez. Get a couple in the 3rd down play coming, about 5 to go.
Keep talking about what TCU emphasized and wanted to get better at, and we talked a lot about their offense, but their defense, it was about being better on early downs and trying to get some plays to create negative plays for the opposing offense, to be able to crank up Andy Avalos, to be able to get exotic and multiple with his package on 3rd down. It's been working. North Carolina 0 for 5 on 3rd down so far in this game.
Weren't great last season under the previous regime. Boy, do they need to stay on the field on offense here. Benjamin Hall was greeted almost as soon as he got the McGinnis, we saw him mishandle a snap earlier. Pulls that one in cleanly and gets away a nice punt. And, Dwyer almost misjudged that thing, but backpedaled and made the grab. And TCU will have it back at its own 15-yard line after the 51-yard punt. Gorian Barnes and the offense going back to work when you come back.
How do we choose?
I know.
Gemini, my skin's dry but sticky from the heat. What here could help?
Tough combo. I see some serums which hydrate without being too heavy.
What do the Korean locals use?
Essence is like a light serum that's popular here.
Which one?
Now this is legit.
We're in the home of Janet and Jack Schmerl.
This Friday, every case they've investigated has led to this. The Conjuring, last rights, rated R.
Michelin innovates on the road and far beyond. With airless tires designed for exploring new frontiers. Michelin, motion for life.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. From the first bite to the last bite, that bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, you have those three things together, and it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Real guest paid for their testimonial. Let's take a selfie. So cute.
What's that?
Can the Nissan Frontier out-monster a monster truck? Not that you would, but you could. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
I'm Morgan. I have 3 kids. I have an IQ of 160. This is where he attacked her, and I work with the cops.
You're waiting on me to leave so you can poke around without a warrant, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick started winning even before he became a head coach, and Lawrence Taylor, North Carolina legend, was a big reason why. And Belichick loves LT. They were together. They came by our College Game Day basketball show when they were here in the spring, and there is one of the greatest to ever play defense at any level of football. Lawrence Taylor. I think he's the best.
I think he's the best. Yeah. There's some great ones.
Yeah.
Man, LT.
Well, speaking of LT, we've got TCU running backs suddenly looking like their version of LT. Jeremy Payne meeting LaDainian Tomlinson. You know, the last time North Carolina and TCU played, LaDainian Tomlinson, freshman year, held 45 yards. TCU lost. They were trying to get their first victory over Carolina in a 20-point lead early in the third.
Last time TCU had a 100-yard running back was Imani Bailey back in the 23 season. He had 150 yards, and tonight Barnes had already at 111 after that big run.
2 backs in there, Trent Battle in there with Jeremy Payne now as Barnes, after that long run, is getting arrested. Payne is a guy that they've tried to use like that a couple of times tonight. He is a good receiver. Caught a dozen balls a year ago.
No, it's week 1, and there's a lot of hype. Everyone's excited, you and I included, about Bill Belichick coming into college football. 70 new players. You're down 27-7. This game's been going sideways since the opening drive. So you look at TCU, you got Bud Clark, you got Josh Hoover, you got a veteran team. You know, you got some players that you can count on for leadership. With 70 new players, when you get down 20 in the opening week, who's that guy? Who are the leaders of this team that can help you believe you can fight back and get back into this game?
Hoover drains the play clock, and then just a quick completion. There's Payne. He's got a first down. He's up to the 45-yard line. This is a much different response as you look at Belichick and the way TCU played against Colorado a couple years ago.
Yeah, and a big thing with any defense is leveraging the football. And North Carolina does a pretty good job of that. Look at those two defenders. He splits them. That's poor tackling by North Carolina. You know, and I think Bill Belicheck and Steve Belichick, they really pride themselves, whether it's NFL or college, you know, in this day and age where some head coaches, they don't believe in that. You know, they want to be careful of not tackling too much, especially in camp, getting ready for week one. In North Carolina, they want to be tough. They want to be fundamentally sound and all the things they work on. So that's area that they're going to have to really improve. Once again, another missed tackle and yards after the catch. They continue to not go at Thaddeus Dixon and go right towards Marcus Allen. And he's got these TCU, the receivers are making 29 in blue. Whether he sits back and gets a cushion or he gets uptight, they're working at him.
And there's the drop. That ball was right on target. Manjack, who we saw make a big grab earlier, drops that one. You know, Joseph missed some time in camp. He had a bad case of poison ivy. Went river rafting. Had to take some antibiotics for it. Didn't stay out of the sun like he was supposed to. Got way worse. Cost him practice time. That couldn't be pleasant.
No. I'm one of those guys, if I look at poison ivy, I got it. So I'm not enjoying that story.
Oh, Payne's enjoying that run, but there is a flag. There are a couple of them down there. TCU is starting to lean on them, but there's a penalty here.
Could have gotten that on either guy, either Taylor Whitfield or the receiver, Manjack.
Offense number 14. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Haven't seen too many mistakes. You know, I mean, Purple's not been going backwards much at all. I mean, this has been, you can see the quarterback, when we have tight shots of his safety, there's 14 on the edge. They're just grabbing onto the safety, and that's Bryce in there that he throws down. But anytime you look at the quarterback, you look at his eyes, you can just see the confidence that he's playing with. It gives you an idea what kind of night the offense is having. Josh Hoover in this offense definitely, after the opening drive, they had found a rhythm. He's 24 of 30 for 227.
On 2nd and 20, Hoover just loops it out of bounds. 3rd and 20. With more on poison ivy, here's Holly Rowe.
Well, you know, we become experts in these things, but what we didn't know, I didn't realize, is just how susceptible it is to spreading. So if you have any contact with other people, it can spread quickly. So when he came back to practice, they did not want it spreading throughout the team. So they said he was out there practicing in what looked like a beekeeper outfit, head to toe covered, so there wasn't any contact spread of the poison ivy amongst his teammates.
I'm chuckling, but I wasn't the one scratching and looking for calamine lotion. 3rd down and 20. Hoover right down the middle, a dart, and close to the first down marker. That's Chase Curtis. They call him the heart and soul of his team, and he's a little slow to get up. It's a pickup of 21. Boy, did he take a shot, Kirk.
Yeah, he really did. What you see is a linebacker that ends up blitzing, showing blitz, dropping, and the result is look at the open space. Nobody reroutes him. He's just walking. That's almost like against air. The big hit comes in there late, but you can see all that space in the middle of that defense. Good quick read by Hoover and being decisive to get that ball out of his hands. And how about Curtis holding on to that ball despite that big hit?
Check on Curtis when you come back.
They come out.
Powerful performance. Seamless technology. And refined luxury. Some things are just too important to miss out on. The GLE and GLE Coupe from Mercedes-Benz.